Thank you, David, and thanks for this incredible turnout here today. As David said, couldn't be more right. Madison Square Garden, what a place. Whether you're in the theatre or the big arena, this place just puts chills down your spine. It is the place for any young fighter to learn their craft and eventually headline the big arena. With Devin Haney, one of the most talked about young fighters in the world right now, I saw comments from him where he talked about he's no longer a prospect. And I think he's right. You know, I think it's impossible to say now he's one of the great prospects in world boxing because he's about to fight for the interim world title in a very tough fight against the unbeaten Russian Abdullaev, the winner of which will be the mandatory challenger for Vasily Lomachenko. I see Igis Klimes in the room here today, Lomachenko's manager. We want that fight straight after for the winner of these in December. And this is now the big stage for both these guys. The prospect tags have gone, and it's really about cementing themselves now and their legacy in the sport as they move towards full world championships. David's right, the card from top to bottom is fantastic. Lou DiBella's here, we'll hear from him shortly. And the women's co-feature is just a fight that is probably one of the biggest in women's boxing. The co-main event now on this card, the Battle of Brooklyn, Heather Hardy against Amanda Serrano, is a thrilling fight that I think is going to light up the theatre at Madison Square Garden on Friday night. And for me, one of the top heavyweight fights of the year, Michael Hunter against Sergey Kushman as well. I think it's a brilliant, brilliant fight. Great to see two young heavyweight prospects taking each other on rather than waiting for a shot at one of the very, very big boys. Of course, this fight, as always, shown exclusively live on DAZN, and their schedule now is just absolutely breathtaking. Obviously, we're here on Friday night. On Saturday night, you have Munguia fighting in LA, you have Ryan Garcia, and then moving later on to the brilliant Triple G against Derevyanchenko on October the 5th. We have Usyk against Tyrone Spong on October the 12th from Chicago. Just a stacked card. Moving to the World Boxing Super Series, Regis Progress against Josh Taylor on October the 26th. We got the one you guys all love, KSI against Logan Paul. Over 5,000 tickets sold already just on the pre-sale day in LA on November 9th. And I'm sure some big announcements coming your way over the next couple of days as well. We're going to hear from the man behind that schedule now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of Communications for DAZN, Joe Markowski.
Our friends in the media joining us here in New York this afternoon. As Eddie mentioned, we're about to embark on a tremendous 3 or 4 month period for DAZN here in the United States. The schedule we are putting together, and we're not yet fully announced with that schedule, is already one of the strongest in the history of the sport of boxing. It will be very easy to stand here today and look past this weekend at some of the names, some of the fighters and some of the matchups to come in the next few weeks, in the next few months. And Eddie's mentioned some of them, the likes of Triple G, the likes of AJ Ruiz. Very shortly we'll be making an announcement in relation to Canelo Alvarez's next fight. Huge fights, huge names, and a packed schedule starting this weekend. So we don't want to look past this weekend. For us, it's the start of a season of fight sports. Much is made of the season kickoffs for the NFL and the NBA here in the United States. And historically, boxing's not been seen as a season of events, a season of great fights. We are putting that season together, and it starts this weekend at the Hulu Theatre at MSG in New York. So thanks to our friends at MSG, Joel and Sal, for their continued hospitality. And what a fight it is in traditional matchroom Eddie Hearn terms. It's a stacked card from top to bottom. Eddie's right, no longer a prospect, one of the greatest young stars in boxing, and Devin Haney, the latest challenge for him. And our continued investment in women's boxing, Lou will, I'm sure, talk to it, a tremendously anticipated matchup in Hardy Serrano. So looking forward to that. Top to bottom, the card's very, very strong. To say it's the start of a tremendous season of fight sports for us. If you're a fight fan, there's nowhere else you need to be this fall. Download DAZN, buy a subscription, and we look forward to welcoming you starting this weekend. What's sure to be a fantastic few months of boxing on DAZN. Thanks very much.
Did you make that last bit up, or did you actually say that? I never know. I liked it. I think we should do more of that. I think it's good. Now this man, last time I saw him, he was wearing a t-shirt and a pair of shorts at a press conference. I don't know what's happened, but all of a sudden Michael Hunter's turning up looking like he's straight off of Wall Street. He looks $1 million, he's got a smile to light up the room. The other part of this brilliant heavyweight fight on Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, great amateur now, great cruiserweight, now great heavyweight, gunning for a shot at that world title. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Hunter.
How everybody doing? First of all, I'd like to thank my team. They've been a tremendous big part of my career. Matchroom, The Zone, Eddie, David. You know, this is going to be a very big step up for me as far as being in the heavyweight division. I mean, the dude is bigger, he's stronger, he has a lot more experience than I do. But I took this fight knowing all this, and I just want to prove myself. You know, I've always tried to challenge myself to to the highest degree. So I know this is not going to be an easy fight. You know, the dude has tremendous. He has over 200 amateur fights. You know, anybody with that much experience is nobody to be looked over. So like I said, I'm very prepared, and I just can't wait for the night to come. And I'm glad that I'm fighting at the theater. Hopefully we'll get on that Madison Square, that big stage. It's a tremendous blessing to be here, and thank you, New York. Appreciate you.
A very, very tough, big punching, undefeated Russian who has a great team of people around him that are completely convinced that they win this fight on Friday night. And on the other side, you have not just even a potential superstar, a superstar of boxing in Devin Haney. You have a guy that I believe has the ability to go on with multiple world titles and change the face of the sport of boxing to a young demographic, an energetic demographic with plenty of drive. He has everything to go on and become a superstar in the sport. But first, he must face by far the toughest test of his career so far. When I first met Devin Haney, I saw the social media, I saw the outfits, I saw that good-looking young kid, looked like he had it all. And sometimes you're a little bit worried about the work ethic or the mindset. It was only when I went to Las Vegas and I saw him train with Bill, who does such a great job with Devin, that I realised that it would never be the work ethic that would beat Devin Haney. It would only be another fighter. And as a promoter, when you're putting your heart and soul in a fighter, I can't tell you how great it is to know that that fighter is putting their heart and soul into their career as well. And they are just so disciplined, they've got the drive, you don't have to hound them, you know that day in, day out, they are working as hard as they possibly can to achieve their dream. And Devin and Bill have such a great mindset, such a great work ethic. Every young fighter should look at Devin Haney as the way to conduct yourself and to conduct your life and to go about your business. Work ethic's great, skill is also important. He has that, desire is also important. And Abdullaev will test his desire, his skill every inch of the way at the Mecca of boxing on Friday night. Firstly, we're going to speak to the Russian team, and I'm going to bring up Alex Titov Jr. to introduce Abdullaev and say a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Titov.
Hello everyone. My English is very limited, but please help me. Я понимаю, что Заур андердог в этом шоу, и даже русские букмекеры дают 13-1 на победу, на его победу. Но когда мы летели в самолете, отец напомнил мне историю 10-летней давности, когда мы точно так же летели в Америку, в Лас-Вегас, на бой Дмитрия Пирога с Дэниелом Джейкобсом. Вы, наверное, все хорошо помните этот бой и то, как он закончился. Дэниел Джейкобс был такой же проспект, как и Дэвин Хейни, а Дмитрий Пирог был такой же неизвестный русский парень, о котором никто не знал. Ситуация один в один похожа, прошло 10 лет, Зауру осталось просто повторить это. Спасибо.
I can translate, but I'm not as good as to translate the whole that sentence. It was very long, so I'm just gonna say the meaning what Alex was trying to say. He said it's a very good fight. We really understand what even bookmakers in Russia giving chances to Haney about 12-1. but the situation reminds me like 9 years ago when we flew to United States with Dmitry Pirog and we fought Daniel Jacobs. And the results came out are completely different. Everybody was putting money on Daniel Jacobs, but we went with the knockout. Fifth round? Got that one? So you have a memory. He came out in a knockout in the 5th round. So the situation is very similar. So looking forward to Saturday fight, Friday night fight. And thank you very much.
Спасибо всем большое, кто организовал этот бой. Я очень рад такой возможности. Боксировать в такой арене, как Мэдисон Сквер Гарден, главный бой вечера. Я очень долго ждал этой возможности такой, что это возможность для меня, чтобы проявить это себе. Да. И мы долго готовились к этому бою, за месяц-два до боя приехали в Америку и пошли очень хороший сбор. Мы очень хорошо подготовились, и в пятницу вечером собираемся заявить о себе и удивить всех вас, потому что меня здесь многие недооценивают. И в пятницу вечером мы заявим о себе, иншаллах. Спасибо, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to thank everybody who was helping to organize this fight. We had a very good preparation with my team. We came 2 months before this fight. We were preparing for the fight very, very hard. We are 100% ready to go, and a Friday night is going to be a good bout. Many people is underestimating me as a fighter, but we'll come on Friday night and we'll show what we have. Thank you.
And finally, a young man who needs no introduction. I think this is a big moment for him on Friday night at Madison Square Garden. I think this is exactly the kind of place that he should be boxing. 20 years of age, undefeated, 22-0, the #1 ranked lightweight with the WBC. Ladies and gentlemen, Devin the Dream Haney.
I want to start off by saying I want to thank God. I want to thank my team, my dad, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, all the media that came out, Zara Abdullaev for accepting the fight. This is a huge opportunity for me. I'm happy to be here, especially in the Mecca of boxing. Friday night, I look to put on a great performance. People compare me to Danny Jacobs, but no disrespect. This is a total different thing. I'm a total different monster than what happened 5 years ago, or whatever. But I look to put on a great performance. This fight is gonna put me one step closer to exactly where I want to be. And Aegis, I'm gonna show you a little sample of what I'm gonna give Lomachenko after I beat Zara after that. But I know Zara Abdullaev is gonna come. He's gonna put on a great fight. He's gonna bring his all. It's a lot at stake. But I'm ready. I had a great training camp, and come Friday night, I look to show the world, who Devin Haney is, and that I'm ready for the top dogs.